Today I am going to do the third level from the book Vistas of class 12. The third level. This is about the Grand Central Station, where even the newspapers and whosoever you talk about, they know only about two levels existing there. But here, our narrator gets to discover the third level, and we'll see how. The third level by Jack Finney. The world that we are living in, the modern world, is full of insecurity, fear, lot of worries, lot of stresses, tension about everything, tension about present, tension about future, the stress of past, feeling of insecurity all the time, war. 2 world wars have already taken place, and the consequences each person has gone through is like nightmare, and one will never want to even think about it. This modern world is so monotonous. People are just in a hurry. People don't have time to relax. And it is during this type of atmosphere that people want to escape from. And our narrator is an escapist. Our narrator is a 31-year-old ordinary man, Charlie, and he has got a pastime. He says it is a temporary refuge, and that is of stamp collecting. Whenever he is stressed, he starts doing that. He has a proper, collection of stamps that was started by his grandfather. Now what happens, even Jack Finney says that when you go and talk to people, even the presidents know, anyone you talk to, the Grand Central Station has got just 2 levels. Now what happens once is that Charlie is working in his office and he's very busy, and he looks at his watch, and he feels that he had got late and he should quickly go back home because his wife Louisa must be waiting for him. And so he quickly packs his things and takes the subway of the Grand Central, because he feels that would be a shorter way to reach home quickly, because he had already got late. He enters the Grand Central, and it is in New York. He was staying in New York, and he enters, and always, have you ever been to the metro station here? The metro station of, especially, in the Rajiv Chowk at Connaught Place, you go there, it has got so many entrances and so many exits that at times you get confused from where you have to come out. Every exit leads you to a different place, and it is a vast thing. In the same way, this Grand Central, as described by a narrator, he says that he felt that it was growing like a tree. With all its branches and all its roots spread underneath the soil and branches on top. So he said it was growing like a tree. Every time, he went there, so many times he had gone through the Grand Central subway, and he had felt that every time he could see new doors and leading to different places, and every time he felt it was so grand and so vast. It was growing like a tree. So he goes down the steps to the first level. Then again, he takes a door, and then he finds a staircase. He goes down to, go through your books, there's a little description of how he goes. He takes the second stairs, he reaches the second level, and he sees a door, and he enters that door, and he finds that he has, every time he used to feel that he opened the wrong door. Once he had even opened the door and reached to the Roosevelt Hotel. So, they had so many doors leading to different exits and entrances. So here, now also, he takes some other door, and then he finds a tunnel. Now he feels that he was wrong. A tunnel that was angling towards the left. Angling means they had a turning. So he still feels that he has not been here, and maybe he's wrong today. But he follows it and feels that okay, he can go forward and see what there it is, what is there forward, and maybe then he can find a place from there to move out. So he goes through that tunnel, and he feels that there was no one going along with him, no one coming or going. There was not a person. He keeps walking quickly, and then he could hear a sound from a hollow outside. So he feels that yes, there is an opening there and people are there. When he had entered the Grand Central, he had noticed that there were people of same as he was, of the type he was wearing a tan gabardine suit, and which was of fashion of this time, and he was wearing a straw hat which had a fancy band, and others were also dressed up in the same way. Now when he is in this tunnel and he goes out, he reaches out and he finds many people there, he feels that he has reached somewhere else. And what all does he see? He comes to know that this is the third level which people are not aware of. First level he had taken the stairs, come to the first level, then again he had entered a doorway, taken the stairs, he had come to the third level. Now again through the tunnel, he had reached the third level. He moves in, and what does he notice? He notices people. He notices a man with green shades, and he feels that they were not in Trent today. Yes, they were in 1890s when his grandfather was alive. Then he goes on, he moves into this third level, and he notices people wearing different type of clothes. He notices a woman who was wearing a leg of mutton sleeves which are very tight, and he also notices that she was wearing high buttoned shoes, the boots with buttons till the top, till the knees, and then she was wearing a skirt which was not in trend these days. He noticed men wearing 4-buttoned coat which was different from today's, and which had tiny lapels, and the people were having different type of mustaches, handlebar mustaches, and they had those sideburns and different fancy beards they had, which was not in trend today. He notices a man taking out a watch from his pocket, from his vest pocket. When you wear a 3-piece suit, the inner part of the suit is a vest, that is very tight to your body. He notices a man take out a watch with a chain. So that was, at that time when people used to keep these chained watches in their pockets. And he sees that that man was looking at the watch. Now he feels, something was very different. He notices that there were brass spittoons on the floor, those brass pots which are kept here and there so that people can spit on if they want to. And then he notices that the lights were very dim. And on looking, he sees that they were gas lights. No, gas lights were used in that century in 1890s, and they used to flicker a lot. Nowadays we have steady light and very bright ones, these LEDs and all. And in fact, in 1900s also they were very bright lights. The time when Charles was there in New York. So then he notices a small boy sitting with newspapers, and he moves towards that to look at the newspaper, and the newspaper was named as The World. The World was not in publishing today. They were published in 1890s. And he takes up the newspaper and sees that it is dated 11th June 1894. So here he comes to know that he had come to the time. He had traveled time. There was a time travel. And then he notices the news that was regarding the President Cleveland. Who was the president at that time, before war? So he feels that from this level, he could go to Galesburg, which was a very peaceful place where his grandfather used to live. A place which was a beautiful town with good big houses, big lawns with greenery everywhere, no pollution, people sitting in their lawns, and men smoking cigars, and the women, they sitting with their palm leaf fans. And such a peaceful life they used to live. Things were so cheap at that time. No one had any type of worries of war or feelings of insecurity. So he decides to go to the ticket counter and buy 2 tickets for himself and for his wife, so that they could go and live there in Galesburg. He goes there, and as he's taking out the notes, the man at the counter, ticket counter, tells him that they were not the correct notes. They were the fake ones, and for giving fake notes, he could be jailed. And suddenly, Charlie realizes that the currency of that time and this time, they both were different. And so he quickly keeps his money back and he runs back home. Now, what was this? Had he actually gone to the 3rd level? Or was he imagining? It was his fancy. Isn't it? He was imagining, because he was an escapist, wanted to go back to a place where things were very peaceful. He wanted to escape the insecure life of the modern world. So you know what? In this whole chapter, he is living in reality, and again he goes back to his imaginative world. He, keeps traveling back to the time when things were very peaceful in 1890s, of which he had heard maybe from his grandfather. So again, next day he goes to the person where, he could get the currency changed, and for 300, he gets only 200, but he still was ready to buy those notes, because he felt that in 1894 things, he mentions there as eggs, but actually for food he's saying that food was very cheap at that time. So he still buys, and he goes back to the Grand Central, but this time he was not able to find the 3rd level. And he worries a lot and talks to his friends. Now, one of his friends, Sam, was a psychiatrist. He goes to him, he tells about everything, And Sam himself tells, he's a psychiatrist, and he understands what Charlie was going through, and he tells Charlie that he was trying to escape from the modern world reality, and so he was imagining the third level. There was no third level. That was in Charlie's imagination. Because he wanted to escape the insecure life of the modern world, where people worry, where people have lots of fears. Fear of war, fear of, to find peace. So he tells his friend that you are trying to escape, and now please don't think about this and do something that you like. And he goes back home, he tells his wife, his wife worries about him a lot. She doesn't like this, she feels why her husband was so unhappy. And then Sam, goes on to say that he used to take refuge whenever he was worried, whenever he was tired, whenever he was stressed. He used to take temporary refuge by doing the stamp collecting thing. So, he says that this stamp collecting was his grandfather's actually. His grandfather used to collect stamps at the time when he had nothing to worry about. Even President Roosevelt was fond of stamp collecting, he tells us. So, he opens his stamp collection, and, very well organized. His grandfather had all, in very nicely he had organized all his stamps, and he had all the first day covers in that. What is a first day cover? When a new stamp is released. So what people do, the people who are fond of collecting stamps, what they do, they put the stamp on the envelope, and they put a plain page inside and write their address and mail this envelope to them. Now, why do they do that? They can keep the stamp with them? No, because when this goes to the post office people stamp the envelope and they put the date. So then you come to know that on this date, you have a record that on this date, this stamp was released. So that becomes a first day cover. So his grandfather used to collect all these first day covers, and many stamps he had in his collection. So he goes home and he opens that, he goes through all the first day covers and all, and he finds a first day cover that was addressed to his grandfather. So he takes that out and he takes out the envelope. He opens the envelope and takes out the page, but he finds that that was not a blank page. Usually people used to put a blank page inside and mail it to them, because they were mailing their envelope to themselves only. So, but here he finds a letter by Sam, his psychiatrist friend. And Sam had written this letter to Charlie. Now, on the envelope, the address was his grandfather's. And when he opens the letter, that was addressed to Charlie by Sam, and the date was of July 1894. And then he reads the letter and he comes to know that Sam had found the third level. He had gone and exchanged his currency and had found the third level and was now in Illinois, Galesburg. And what did Charlie and Louisa also to find the third level, keep finding and go there one day. Now what was this? Again, Charlie had gone into imagination. Now all the time, he used to come back to reality. He used to go back to imagination. This is the quality of an escapist who wants to run away from the reality, harsh realities of life. He says that he was searching for his friend, and he was not able to find his friend. His friend was missing, and he had come to know that the friend had got his currency exchanged, and now he finds this letter. Now actually this letter was a first day cover which his grandfather must have mailed it to himself. But when he opens and takes out that blank page, he imagines that Sam had written that letter to him. So, you know, he is an escapist, and so in imagination he travels time and goes back again to that peaceful world where people had time to think about themselves. People used to sit in lawns and enjoy for hours. The whole area was full of security, full of greenery, full of peaceful atmosphere all around. Women were sitting there with palm leaf fans and enjoying the peaceful life. But now he did not have time. He was, even from office, he used to get late. He used to rush home. So probably because of his busy schedule, he wants to escape. He wants to go back to that peaceful world where there was no fear of war. Alright, so see, in the starting we see that he discovers the third level. Now third level was his imagination. Everybody knows that there were only even the writer tells us that go and ask anyone, there are just 2 levels in Grand Central. He discovered the third one, so that was in his imagination. Alright, and what all does he notice at the station of the third level? He notices that there were gas lights, their clothes were different, the women were wearing different type of clothes, the men were wearing different type of clothes. Then they had that sunburns, they had fancy beards and handlebar mustaches. So everything was different of everything that was there in 1890s. Then there were brass spittoons on the floor, those brass pots where people could spit on. Then their beard and mustaches were different. Then the newspaper was The World of 1894, 11 June. Then their currency was different, and also he noticed that there were locomotives of Currier and Ives which were not in present day. This locomotive was not there. So all this he notices, and all this is in his imagination. Alright, then he comes back to reality, he goes to office. While returning from office, again he goes to get his currency changed. And he tries, now he is in reality, so he goes to the Grand Central but is not able to find the third level. And he says that he had visited many times and he was unsuccessful. Then again, when he thinks of, not thinking about all that, and he goes back to his stamp collecting, which was a temporary refuge, he says, from this type of tension and stressful atmosphere, and anxious from, getting relief from the anxiety. So he used to find solace in stamp collecting. And when he opened that, he found a first day cover, which was addressed to his grandfather. But when he notices the letter that had to be blank inside the first day cover, but it was a written letter, and that letter was written to Charlie by his psychiatrist friend Sam. So again, when he opens that, takes out the letter, he goes back to imagination and he feels that Sam had written a letter to him and telling him about that he had found the third level, and also wanted Charlie and Luza also to keep finding the third level and to go there because he was living a very nice life there. So this is the life that Charlie was living, was between, again and again he is living in reality, thinking about the 1894 times when there was peace all around. So he wanted to go back. He's an escapist. He keeps thinking about that time. Alright, so the theme is that modern world is full of insecurity. There are worries all around. People fear, and they fear about the war also, because already people had seen 2 world wars take place. Alright, and so many people they wanted to escape, and Charlie was one of them. Alright, so this story tells us about time travel. Again and again in his imagination, he is thinking about the previous time. So he travels time, he goes back to 1894, about which his grandfather had told him about Galesburg. And so again and again there's a switch in his mind. Sometimes there is a reality and sometimes there's his imagination getting active. So go through your chapters, read this, and you will really enjoy. I have covered every part of it. And if you have any problems, please put it in the comment section. And if you have still not subscribed my channel, please do so. Do take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.